Hey guys, Joe Davies here, and today I wanted to give myself a self-home haircut. And it's been a while since I made a video, so sorry about that. I decided to come back and give myself a haircut, self-home haircut, and show you guys all my tips and tricks and all the stuff that I would do to give myself a haircut at home. But so today I'm gonna give myself a regular short men's haircut. I don't want to go too short. You know, you can see my hair is a little bit shaggy right here, but I'm going to show you right now how I decide what length clipper guards I'm going to use, because I'm going to use a clipper. So of course, I'm pretty much not going to use a scissors for this haircut. So I'm going to show you guys how I go ahead and figure out what length clipper guards, because I have this I had this wall set here and it has all these different size clipper guards. They're numbered like 1 through 8, and then they also have an inch measurement on there. That's basically the first place that I start with these self haircuts. The length that I'm thinking about is what is the length I want right here around the crown of my head. And what that is I want to know how long I want the hair in this area. Not really on the top of my head here, but like right around the top. Like there's a bone. You can kind of feel it, like there's a bone right here. So on that bone, and then up front here, from here all the way back. I'll just kind of see like how long I think that is. That's about like what do I got right now? Like about 3/4 of an inch. If I just want to take off a little bit from this area, then I'll get a 5/8. To make sure that this is the right one, I just kind of stick the clipper up in that area where I was showing you around the crown. And then see the hair there is longer than this clipper. The hair here is going to end up the length that this clipper is. So this is like one zone. In this zone, I'm going to use this clipper guard to cut the hair at that length. But as I go further down, I'll have more zones. Like I'll have a zone here, and then I'll have a zone further down here, and probably a zone right here. As I come down each zone, I'm going to subtract 1/8 of an inch from each clipper guard. So I'm going to start 5/8, then I'm going to come down here 1/2 inch, then I'm going to come down here 3/8, probably around here 1/4, and then at the very bottom I'm going to be like 1/8, and at the very end I'm just going to hit it totally without a clipper guard on there. And I'll explain that as I go through everything. I'll tell you what clipper guard I have on there. One thing that you want to do before you start cutting your hair is you want to either have an old t-shirt on that you don't really care about and that you don't really want to wear anymore, or if you want to wear your t-shirt, put a towel or a tarp over the t-shirt. Okay, so first things first, we'll have to get the clippers going, and I'll just explain this clippers real quick here. Basically, there's an on and off switch on the clippers. The only other thing to note on the clippers is that it has this lever. If you see, when you push this lever, this thing moves further out or it pulls it back in. Like as a guard, a really short guard, and then when you push it back in, you can use that for fading like a really short haircut, or you can just use it for cutting the very end of a longer haircut. I will keep it all the way pulled back in. I decided that I want a 5/8 guard to start with. I'm going to cut this hair here. That's the important hair to consider and to make sure that's cut. You can cut all the hair underneath there. So as I come, I'm not just going to cut here, but that's where I'm going to end. I'm going to start here, I'm going to push up. That's my end spot for this guard. And then as I change guards, then I'm going to lower down, and that will then be my end spot. And I just comb my hair down. My hair's not wet. With a clipper, I don't really find it's good to have wet hair. I'm just going to work on from starting right here, all the way around in the back, all the way around and right there. I'm not going to cut anywhere in the front. I do have a big mirror right here, and I am going to use a smaller handheld mirror when I work the back. So I'm just going to go up to this level right here. I'm not going to go around the top. I'm just going to come up to the top and pull away. There's a bone right here. And as I reach that bone, I'm just going to kind of glide off of that bone, the same angle as that bone's coming. I'm not gonna roll around that bone. I'm just gonna kind of, so I've got the 5/8 on right now, and I'm going all the way to the bottom here, and I'm just cutting it. You end up cutting the same spot a bunch of times, but in my opinion, what that will do is that will blend your hair together. You don't have to be so good at blending your hair. I'm gonna come around the back. So what I like to do, because I don't want to like overshoot this part because I can't really see what I'm doing here, so I just put my hand right there. It doesn't have to be super exact. If you're doing like a skin fade, then yeah, you might have to be more exact on it. Like this is where I'm gonna end. I'm not gonna go beyond that point. And just make sure you take your time and keep on going over the hair, because most likely you're gonna miss some. Come back around. Like I said, I'm just gonna kind of go over everything maybe twice. See how I keep my hand right here? That way I just know. That way I don't have to always be looking at the back. Because basically all you're doing is rolling it at the back of your head. You're just kind of rolling it up evenly and then straight and then just coming off. And that's it. The skill it takes to really do this is not a lot, but you just gotta make sure you're doing it right and you don't want to cut the wrong area. The hair that's right here that's kind of getting hit too, like that hair will kind of get blended to this length. You just keep working it for each guard. And for each guard, the only thing you have to remember is don't go beyond your zone. Don't go beyond the zone. See, it doesn't really matter if it's cut down here. All that matters is a cut in the zone. So I'm hitting it a little bit extra on this hair that's coming over the top right. I'm just making sure that hair gets kind of blended more to the length. Patience is going to be your friend. You want to make sure that you've done everything and you don't want to leave anything out. So when I think I'm done, I'll look at it. I'll look at, I can see the front very easily, but the back, is there something odd in the back that I didn't hit, like a big tuft of hair that's sticking out? No, I think I basically got it. And we can always come back at the end, and if there was something that you missed, you can always come back at the end with that length of clippers in that proper zone and hit a little bit of hair that's too long. So now we've done the 5/8. So 5/8. And what I like to do is I like to put this down in a place where I can see it, so I can just kind of keep track of what measurement I'm at. And then if I ever have to go back, I have that length of clipper right there in front of me. 1/8 lower than 5/8 is 1/2 inch. So I find my 1/2 inch, and that's going to be the next step down. Put that on. They clip right on. Make sure they're solidly clipped on. You don't want them to fall off when you're doing it. So now the next zone is going to be like right here, all the way around. What you don't want to do is go above that zone. Then this hair up here that's cut to 5/8 will get cut to 1/2 inch, and the haircut won't come out right. But you want to kind of blend through the very bottom of that 5/8 zone, which is the pull-up motion. So it blends together. So you'll see that I'm avoiding going into the top zone, and I'm kind of in this above the ear zone right here. So I'm just in the 1/2 inch zone now. So I can put my hand in like where I think that zone is going to be. just making sure that I'm staying in that zone. I'm looking at myself in the mirror here, and I'm not really going to turn around here. I can see that the zone is right here with my finger, so I know my hand's in the right spot. But I want to kind of push through that the bottom part of that top zone. If you do go too high, what you'll have to do is shorten your haircut. So now this top zone would be the 1/2 inch then, and you'll just have to adjust everything to that length. And you're gonna have to kind of get used to looking at yourself in a mirror, that you're backwards in a mirror. It can be tricky to get used to. Okay, so I'm just gonna come back, make sure this back side is done. There's these funny little spots on the right here and right here on my head. I don't know if it's like this on your head, but I have like funny bone structures on these parts of my head that kind of pop out. If I just cut with the length clippers in that bone spot that pops out, it's too long in that area. So what I like to do is I like to come up on those bone spots with a shorter clippers, 1/8 of an inch shorter than what it should be. I've pretty much done everything I need to do with this second clipper now in this second zone. Second zone is done. Okay, so I've done 5/8, now a 1/2 inch. Now I'm on 3/8. Okay, 3/8. I got the 3/8 right here, and I'm gonna stick that on there, click it on, and now, so this is the third zone. Third zone is right the top half of your ear. So if right here, third zone, right here, all the way around. But I got to push through the bottom half of that zone above it. Just always try to visualize where the zone is. Once you can really visualize the location of the zone, you're going to be in the zone. And I'm right in the ear area, all the way around. All the way around now. Make sure you don't forget a little spot. You can use your hand in the back. Just about done on that one. Just go back, double check. So that was the 3/8. Now I'm gonna keep on keeping on. And I'm going to go down to the 1/4 inch. Always make sure you got the right clippers on. That could screw you up. Just make sure you're going down in that order. 1/4 inch. I'm going to do it maybe right here, and then right here. It's not much that gets this 1/4 inch. So it's just right here, basically. Maybe you go right around the ear, kind of blend it a little bit, doesn't matter. And then right here. Now down here, I like to watch it a little more, just make sure this is kind of the nitty gritty right here. And there's a bone right here on the back of your head. This is where I'll kind of glance off that circular bone right on the base of my neck. Alright, that's that side. Yeah, it's looking pretty good back there. Not bad. Alright, so hey guys, I had to change my shirt. My camera stopped because I had too much video footage on there. I had to change my shirt because it had too much hair on it. But I'm back. Okay, anyway, I still have the 1/4 inch on the clipper, and I'm about finished with the 1/4 inch. Just make sure. So it was here, it was just right around the ear, and it was right through here. So I'm just gonna quickly make sure all those areas, because everything's pretty good. Just want to make sure I didn't forget anything. It's looking a little bit long right there. There we go. Yeah, so this is my oversized dress shirt that I kind of I usually use for this, but I forgot. I had this. You may want to use these little guards that come with for cutting around the ears. One's for left, one's for right. So they have like a short side and there's a longer side, and the short side goes closer to your ears. It can come around here, like that. Will pass, and it just kind of trims the hair like right around the ear there. So here's the right one. Anyway, I come off this way here, and just come right there. Take the mirror again, and then just get right up along the edge here. Right up along the edge. So it's the very lowest part of your hair here now. Just the very edge of your hair. Don't go too high up on there. This is the part that's going to take a little bit of work. You may want to get somebody to help you with this part until you can really kind of look in the mirror backwards and you feel really comfortable in this kind of very awkward position. Yeah, but you definitely want to keep your eye on this, and you just don't want to do this part by feel. Right up behind your ear, it can angle it a little bit. All right. So I think it's coming up pretty good there in the back. So there's just one more section in the back now with no clipper guards. You just butt up to your hairline too there. Just butt it and you kind of square it off. So I just kind of run up to the very edge of where my hair starts. So I can make all that hair in the back, I can just kind of square it off, angle it in a kind of a triangular square fashion. And then any extra hair that's below that hairline there, kind of shave that off. So now I haven't touched the top yet, guys. Top is next. Okay. So now it's the top, and what I do on the top is I'm going to start in this circle, this back circle here. So right here was 5/8. I'm going to come in on this top part here, right here. I'm not going to touch this front part yet. This front, the bangs, the fringe in front, I'm not going to touch that. But everything else on top, I'm going to cut it at 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to grab my 3/4 here, and here it is, 3/4. Okay, I'm going to clip that on. Like starting from that top of that 5/8 zone, I'm gonna roll up and clipper it up in through here, but I'm not going to get this front part. I'm going to leave this front part. So I'll show you how I do that. Start in the back, work my way towards the front. But I'm not going to cut the front. That's at the end. So I'm just going to keep kind of cutting up through the 5/8 zone into the top part and then towards the front. Just keep pushing towards the front, all around the sides. And you see how I'm kind of pushing this longer hair up to kind of like feed it through the clipper guard. More up towards the front side there. And I kind of want to keep watching it as I go, because this is a lot of the style of your haircut is going to be here in the top. What I like is it to be longer in the front. If my hair is real short in the front, I feel it looks real stupid. I never want to get this front section cut very short. So I'm just going to keep watching it so I don't go into the front section. There's a lot of hair coming off here though. I'm still on a 3/4 guard here, and I'm just making sure I've blended it all through that top zone here, the 5/8 zone, blending it up through the front. As I get around to this front part here, I kind of watch the front, the length here. I want to cut this part kind of short, but this is where this front hair starts to come off. So I want to make sure I don't cut that area. I'm just leaving that front and just basically just clean cutting everything else. Sometimes I will come ahead and I'll cut this front part now with a scissors. It's a little bit hard to do, so I won't use the scissors today. But so what I'll do is I'll increase the length of my guard now. This is a 3/4 guard. I'm gonna put, so I have a 7/8, but I'm gonna skip the 7/8 and I'm gonna go longer because I don't want to cut the front too short. I'm gonna make sure I can always go back to the 7/8 if I want, but I have a 1-inch guard. This is my biggest guard that comes with this set, and I'm gonna try and see how it goes if I cut. So I'm not gonna just fully cut it. I'm just gonna kind of flick through it, and I almost did it right there where I want it. A little bit more up through here. There we go. And then maybe I want to kind of blend it right here where it's coming from a shorter in the back here. When I'm coming here, I'm not pushing down against my head. I'm kind of just floating it on top of my hair. Again, this part will take a little bit of practice and skill, but you'll get it. You'll get how you want your hair to look. I'm almost done here. Yeah, it just really, all I basically had to do was just kind of flick it kind of through there. I didn't push it down on my head and push hard. I just kind of flicked it, and it just cut any hair that was a little bit too long. This is where you want to say, like, what else do I need to do? Sometimes you'll see it's a little bit like poofy right here. It's kind of poofing out, and you want to take the clipper that corresponds to the proper zone. That's, you know, like wherever that zone is. As for my haircut right now, I'm kind of seeing maybe like right back here it looks a little bit rough. That was more of a, I would come with maybe a 1/2 inch on that section. A 1/2 inch right there. Yeah, so now I can just kind of come in. See, like when I come in to blend it at the end, I don't want to push too hard. I just kind of want to float everything. So float it up, and kind of shape it at the end here now. And come back with a mirror, see how it looks. Like what you want to look for too is a lot of these blend lines. If you can see, like you have a line where the hair is longer and then the hair is shorter, it will cause a line. What you want to do is you want to come up with the shorter guard and blend it through that area. Kind of give you guys the full rundown here. You see everything. See how it's looking. What I can see, it's looking okay. But yeah, that basically, guys, that about rounds me up and finishes me off. Just in summary, I used guards to cut my hair. I started with the 5/8, and then we went down to 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4 inch, 1/8 open on the very bottom. And then on top, we did a little 5/8, and then we moved up to 3/4. And in the front, we did a full inch. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you learned how to cut your own hair at home. It's really not that hard. It's just you have to follow those steps, and you have to keep aware of what you're doing and be familiar with your clipper and the guards. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, feel free to give me a thumbs up if you want to. And if you want to leave a comment about this video, leave one comment, maybe 2 comments. Hey, if you want to do 3 comments, no problem. That's all good. All right, guys. See you later.